What a good morning. I wonder what's in the magic news for today. Ring Mistress, you need to make another video for this week. The others and I have some suggestions if you want. What was she working on? Oh dear. Good evening, darlings and deviants. My name is Lucy, and I'm just a little loony. Today, I decided to do something a little bit different. The new Secret Lair drop, Secretversary 2023, released earlier this week, and just like everyone else, I have opinions. However, I don't wish to discuss monetary value, as there are a lot of people much better qualified to speak on that, rather than the silly internet circus woman. No, I want to talk about purely subjective things such as card choice, playability of the cards, and my opinion on the drop overall. I don't like being super negative, however, so if I don't like something, I'll do my best to suggest a way I would fix it. Plus, I want to discuss what the super secret inclusion could be for each layer. While I know that Wizards has a pool of those generic cards to slot into the secret spots, I'm just going to assume those don't exist and get creative. So, without further ado, let's start the show. So the first lair I want to talk about is the Paradise Frost Secret Lair. I love the art on these lands. Elk64 did a wonderful job, and these landscapes give me chills with how real the snow feels. The little critters are just beautiful and really stand out against the frosty wilds. I think out of all of them, the forest would need to be my favorite. However, I must deliver the fatal blow of the fact that they are still only including one of each land in these. This is honestly ridiculous to me at this point. Even in formats like Modern and Legacy, where you could conceivably run only one basic and would be able to use these as one-ofs, there's still the occasional time when you want to run more than one basic, and you want your basics to match. I'm sure there are people who enjoy the chaos of running a bunch of different arts of lands in their decks, but the only people I've met like that have done so out of spite for another, and I have a very strong feeling that's not the common Magic player vibe. However, the solution for this lair is pretty simple. Just print more of them in the same pack. Literally, if Wizards supplied us with 4 more of each land, I would find these... well, I wouldn't love them, but it would be a start. A secret inclusion in these land packs is typically a waste, and by that I don't mean like a waste of cardboard, I mean literally the basic land waste. But a special art of a card like Cold Steel Heart would be much appreciated. The next layer is Gift Wrap by Jesse Ledoux. The cards included are Giver of Runes, Distant Melody, Cathartic Reunion, Moment's Peace, and Homeward Path. I know this art style may not be everyone's cup of tea, and while I can see it being a little confusing when looking at them from across the table, I adore this art style, and plus, most of these don't stay on the table. The Giver of Runes is a bit weird, but you can just point at it and say, it is a Giver of Runes. And the Homeward Path is just going to stick in your mana spot, so it's not a huge deal. The collection of the cards is interesting, however. They all have their place and are certainly thematic for the holidays, but they're far from ubiquitous, and only Cathartic Reunion and Giver of Runes see that much play outside of Commander. Also, while I understand why you would leave Black out, they're not exactly known for being with other people, well, other living people, that is. I think I can fix the usefulness problem of all this, and this odd balance issue, with my suggestion for the potential secret pick. I could see Revel in Riches being very cool in this art style, and would be a much needed reprint of a card for Commander play. Plus, it's one of the few black cards that isn't just, well, blatantly evil or depressing. Next up is Showcase, The Lost Caverns of Ixalan. This drop includes Captain Lannery Storm, Admiral Beckett Brass, Alinda the Dusk Rose, Kumina, Tyrant of Arazka, and Vona, Butcher of Magan. As for the art, I adore these. While these aren't the hypothetical coin style from March the Machine showcases, they're well-played and well-loved commanders from the original run of Ixalan, though that's part of the problem. These were all reprinted in the recent commander decks, each one in their respective typal decks, though they missed out on Dinosaurs. I don't think that's a huge problem, however. It gives a cool art upgrade for each of these cards if you're keeping the decks together, and for those who didn't buy all of the precons, they get access to these very powerful typal cards once again. Though dinos are still missing, so if we were going to get a secret inclusion for this lair, I would love to see Gishath, but considering he's in the main set, I don't think they would be likely to reprint him. So we'll go with the next best thing. And this one was also reprinted in the Commander decks as well, so it fits in with the theme. Zakama Primal Calamity. I mean, how could the big dino not get in? Pirates and vampires get 2 entries, but dinosaurs get 0? Come on. Mycosynthwave is up next, which includes Mycosynth Golem, Mycosynth Lattice, and Mycosynth Wellspring. And while I adore this aesthetic, 3-card Secret Lairs make me want to head to Wizards HQ and eat a relatively small, yet still noticeable part of the Secret Lair team's bologna sandwiches so they understand how it feels when there's only 3 cards included in these. To give credit where it's due, these are the only 3 colorless artifacts with Mycosynth Moon names, so it's probably because there's not a lot of space to play around with the card choice here. Though there is another Mycosynth colorless card that I think could appear as a secret inclusion. The Mycosynth Gardens is an extremely powerful and extremely playable land that would be able to slide right into a super cool aesthetic like this. Overall, I like this drop. I just wish they'd have put a few extra cards in it. I don't even like Bologna. Through the Wormhole is probably my favorite lair of them all. Once again, as a former employee of the Astrotorium, I'm required to mention anytime Unfinity is slightly relevant, and Unfinity was the first place this galaxy foil treatment was printed, and I love it to death. I really love how shimmery it is, even if it's a bit hard to see in a sleeve. And the included cards, Arcane Signet, Lightning Greaves, Soul Ring, Thought Vessel, and Command Tower, are all Commander staples. All of them are either auto-includes in the deck, or are very heavy considerations. And the theming is perfect. I love each and every piece of art on these, just 10 out of 10s across the board. If I had to nitpick, I would say that the value is a bit weak, but considering how ubiquitous these cards are, I don't quite mind. While this one is so solid, I think the perfect secret card for this set would be Star Compass. It's nothing super expensive, nor would it be a super necessary reprint. I just think it would tie everything together with a nice little bow. I thought we were done with the Doctor Who stuff. Well, Tales of the Time Stoppers would disagree. We've got a secret lair filled with all sorts of timey-wimey cards. Here we have copies of Beacon of Tomorrows, Nexus of Fate, Time Reversal, and finally Time Stop. Only 4 cards, but that's acceptable at least. Your bologna is safer now, Watsy. The art is very wild and out there, but these are very well designed, with the cards being very easy to read. As for what these are, I'm personally okay with extra turn spells, as I recognize that games of Commander do eventually need to end, and sometimes you need multiple turns to do that. That being said, if you play one or more of these and proceed not to win the game at the end of it all, I will sneak into your house and plant Legos just outside your line of sight, but still in such a place that you'll have to step on them. It will be painful. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Secret Lair. These are all very solid cards, from wheels to cards that end turns to cards that take extra turns. It's a blue player's dream. As for secret extra cards, I think an Art of Obeka Brute Chronologist would be a really cool addition to all of this chronologic cardboard. Next up, we're moving into the Jurassic World Lairs with the stupid sexy doctor himself, Dr. Ian Malcolm. Personally, I don't see the appeal, but hey, I'm not gonna yuck y'all's yum. This lair includes Laboratory Maniac as Chaotic Chaotician, Tasha's Hideous Laughter as Malcolm's Mercurial Mirth, Tassiger the Golden Fang as Ian Convalescent Charmer, Atla Palani Nestender as Dr. Ian Malcolm, and finally an egg token. I'm just gonna come out and say it, tokens don't count as cards. As such, that is another bite out of the Secret Lair team's bologna sandwiches. Y'all, please just start putting more cards in these. I am rapidly developing a bologna allergy. As for the card choices, Tassiger and Atla are very popular commander choices. Labman is a staple in blue combo decks that draw your whole deck, and Tasha's Hideous Laughter is a staple in mono blue mill and modern. Very playable. However, like I said, I hate 4-card Secret Lairs, so how I would fix that? Well, include the egg token as a throw-in, but putting in something like Prismatic Lens as his glasses would be an okay and playable fit. Honestly, they could do whatever they want for this Secret Lair, just please put an extra card in, please. As for the secret card, I haven't seen Jurassic Park, but Master Biologist? The second half of the Jurassic World drops is Life Breaks Free. This is one with a bunch of dinos, and honestly, I have some opinions on this one, mostly in the design. The cards included are pretty sweet. There's a Tali Primal Storm as Tyrannosaurus Rex, Rampaging Ferocidon as Velociraptor, Polyraptor as Indominus Rex, Wayward Swordtooth as Triceratops, and Regisaur Alpha as Spinosaurus. So, a couple issues. One, Atali is a Spinosaurus. Why is she the T-Rex? And the Regisaur Alpha is a T-Rex. Why is it a Spinosaurus? Plus, the names are all over the place. I like how the design looks on the Ferocidon, the Swordtooth, and the Alpha, but Atali and the Polyraptor would be a bit hard to tell at a glance what it is from across the table. The names are in weird places. Speaking of, Polyraptor, is a green card. Why is the frame blue? I assume it's to appease the people who make Jurassic World, but like, you couldn't fight to hue it to green? Come on, y'all. Other than that, they are indeed dinosaurs. As such, they are big, awesome, and will slot into any deck looking to play big dumb idiots. Wait, don't let them hear me call them that. As for the secret card, I mean, Gigantosaurus was in the movies. It's just there. Yes, I looked this up for this suggestion, please do not judge me. Finally, there's Secret Lair X Tomb Raider and... looks like I gotta cough up the baloney on this one and give it back to Wizards. They gave us a 7-card Secret Lair to wrap this all up. More than we normally get means I gotta return the bites from the Malcolm Secret Lairs and the Mycosynth Secret Lairs. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Half-eaten food can just go back on the plate, right? Maybe I should look over these a bit more. This secret lair contains Search for Escanta / Escanta the Sunken Ruin as Heart of the Explorer / the Lost Valley, Anger of the Gods as Storms of Yamatai, Bow of Nylea as the Grim Whisper, Shadow Spear as Totec Spear, Academy Ruins as Kitsa, Sunken City, and a treasure token son of a... They did it again! I'll say it real slow this time. Tokens are not cards. They're just not. Though this does technically end up still being 6 cards due to the exclusive secret lair for a sprint of Lara Croft Tomb Raider. I think I'll go more in depth on her in a future video, but she has some interesting play to her. Overall, a fairly solid lair with a lot of playables, Shadow Spear being the obvious standout. Even if the treasure token and Lara make it a bit awkward, it's still technically a 5-card secret lair like normal, just with a token thrown in and an interesting new card. Now, mechanically unique cards and secret lairs is another video. I'm running out of time on this one, so we'll go into that another day. For a secret card, I think it'd be very funny if we got an alt art of Lara that looks like her original version from the PlayStation 1, but that'll never happen. As for a serious pick, Pieces of the Puzzle is an interesting sorcery that I think would be a very good thematic reprint to throw in. That's all the drops for this Secretversary. I have mixed feelings on this set. Some of the drops are home runs, while some are Paradise Frost. Please stop printing 5 basic lands per drop. I hate it so much. Overall, it's nice, but something in the Secretversary trailer rubbed me the wrong way. The team claims it's a celebration of everything Secret Lair is, but is it? It's just another set of drops. Literally drops in the bucket. We've gotten at least one every week this year. These are nothing special as compared to those. Compare these drops to the 30th anniversary countdown calendar we got with callbacks to old Secret Lair designs, but with a neat spin and with new cards. That's what a celebration feels like to me. Revisiting the best drops of the years, the ones that resonated the most, and giving them a new boost or trying something new. I don't have a problem if Secretversary is just another drop at the end of the year, but maybe give it a bit more oomph? These drops range from okay to pretty good to me. No bangers, no all-stars, just okay. The past Secretversaries did something different or big. Last year's gave us the serial cards and a return to the retro frame Planeswalkers. The countdown calendar was full of bangers. 2021's had the first instance of selling an entire commander deck, and 2020 had some banger art, the introduction of the Artist series, and a secret lair with 10 basic lands. What I'm trying to say is that this just feels like another drop. It's okay. It has some solid hits from a design perspective, but it feels like it's missing something in the long run. Hopefully the next drop will hit it out of the park, because we know they're not stopping anytime soon. But hey, now that you've heard what I think, why don't you let me know? What do you think? Do you think this Secretversary is a roaring success? Or do you think that maybe it would have been for the best to let these fossils stay in the ground? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, be sure to give me a like and subscribe. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job and keeps this show on the proverbial road. As always, thank you all so very much for watching, and until next time, au revoir!